Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. If you don't know me, my name is Tommy and my YouTube channel focuses on DIY car videos. I do a lot of parts installs, I do a lot of reviews, and all my videos obviously rely on video equipment. So I'm speaking to you now using my Sony a7 III camera. I also use GoPros just to get into these tight to reach places. And I also use GoPros when I travel with my family because it's very easy to put one in my pocket and then take it out when I need it, press the button and it starts recording with a decent audio and a very good video quality. So you could only imagine how excited I was when GoPro 8 came out just a couple of days ago, because it provided me with a couple of new features that I've been waiting for a long time, and I've been looking for these features in a GoPro, such as 4K video stabilization. That's right, the old 7 had a 2.7 video stabilization. Anything higher than that wasn't stabilized, and if you use a lot of cropping, which I do, that means that your image quality or video quality wasn't as high. So now with 4K, I can crop a lot and still have a pretty decent video size. The GoPro also has these built-in video clips, so you no longer rely on a skeleton case, because the old skeleton case, not only was it clunky, it was hard to open, but it also obstructed the microphones that were here and here. So what I actually did with the old case, I drilled holes in the case to let these microphones breathe and have a better audio sound. But with this one, it's not needed because these clips are built in and you can put it on any mount. And then the last thing that I was really excited about is a media mod. Media mod is something that's going to come out for the GoPro in December, and it's an enclosure that's going to include a couple of interesting and very exciting things. First and foremost, an upgraded microphone. So it's going to have a microphone that's going to pick up better sound quality. It's going to have two cold shoes, one on the side and one on top. You can attach an extra screen or even an audio receiver. Audio receiver, why? Because this media mod will also have a 3.5mm audio jack. So again, you'll be able to plug in your sound equipment if you want to. So I'm very excited about this thing that comes out in December, which is why I picked up this camera. But after I started playing with it and testing it, I discovered that the camera has one major flaw, and today I'm going to tell you all about it. Let me start off with a quick comparison, 7 versus 8. What are the major differences? One major difference that I noticed is the material. The 7 was made out of this rubberized plastic, which felt very good in my hand, and it wasn't as slippery, whereas the 8 is made out of this cheap and slippery plastic that I'm not really excited about. The 8 also doesn't have a removable lens cap, but what it does have is obviously these built-in holders for the mount, and it also has an improved door. So whereas with the old one you had to press this button and slide out to get to the battery and the memory stick and to get to these connections here, this one you have this little piece that you slide down. Red means that the door is open, you can simply pull it out. The door can be easily removed, so you can remove the battery and remove the memory stick. The memory stick is much easier to remove when you have the battery out. When you have the battery in, it's very hard to press it in. And then obviously over here you have a USB plug that's going to be used for your media hub that I mentioned earlier. Let's put the door back in. GoPro has now relocated the microphones in the 8. So now you have one in the front, you have one in the bottom here, and you have one on the side, whereas with the old one, you had one up top, you had one up here on the side, and you had one at the bottom. And this is where the issues come in. So remember when I told you about the microphone positioning? You have a microphone on the side, you have one in the front, and you have one at the bottom. A lot of times when I travel and I pick up my camera, I grab it like this. So I'm holding my camera like this with my finger up here on the trigger. And look what happens when I hold the camera like this. I'm speaking to this camera, holding it with just 2 of my fingers. You can see nothing extraordinary here. This is the way I would pick up the camera straight out of my pocket. But what you notice is that the audio is off. Why? Because the finger that I'm holding the camera with is covering the microphone. And you would think that the two microphones would compensate for that, but they don't. Look what happens when I shift my finger from down here at the bottom to up here. I'm holding the camera in a more obscure way, but now the audio from this GoPro is a lot better. And I actually lost a lot of good footage because when I was holding the camera, I was holding it like this. I was covering the microphone, and when I was covering the microphone, obviously the audio suffered. So it sucks that GoPro decided to put the microphone here. Look, I just uncovered my finger and the audio is a lot better. And it doesn't matter if you're right-handed or left-handed. The second you grab the camera and you hold it in a natural way, you're going to obscure the audio, and it's going to make it for not very premium sounding video. So I guess the best way to hold the camera is probably from the top like this. If you are doing family videos or you're just freehanding, it's best to hold the camera like this, because if you hold the camera like that, you will be blocking the microphone, and unfortunately the front two mics will not compensate for the blockage. And that, in my mind, is a major and absolute major flaw of this camera. So I'm actually going to turn it off right now. And check this out, I am not making this up. I am trying to turn this camera off. Look, it is recording. Pressing the off button, nothing. Pressing the off button, nothing is happening. Pressing the off button. I actually upgraded the firmware as soon as I got it. So last night when I was using it, I upgraded the firmware, and I know I'm running the latest operating system on it, and nothing is happening. So there we go. Finally, it turned off. Very, very weird, weird design. I might have to return it because maybe I ended up with a bad batch. All right, so the whole button issue aside, I think that the microphone design is a terrible one. Why would you put a microphone here? Because when you really are traveling with your GoPro and you keep it in your pocket, you take it out, first thing you do is you hold it like this and you press the button, and that means you're blocking the microphone. I'm hoping the media mod will make it better, obviously, because it's going to have an external microphone. It's going to be very hard to block it, but the media mod is actually going to be a lot bigger. It's going to make your GoPro slightly larger, so it's going to be harder for you to keep it in your pocket. I like this size for travel, and unfortunately I'm going to have to be very, very careful when I travel with it and I use it so I don't block the microphone. So anyways, I just wanted to highlight this one major flaw. Actually, maybe it's two, maybe it's the button now, but I'm gonna consider it one major flaw with this GoPro. I still am very happy with my decision. I'm just gonna have to be very, very careful that I don't block this microphone. I'm very happy because it's got a lot of new features versus the old ones, and I'm really, really hopeful that the media mod is gonna make this the ultimate vlogging and travel camera. So let me know what you think about my comments. Do you agree, disagree? Leave them down below. Maybe give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.